Hey guys, this is Rusty again with Collector Auctions, and I have got a brand new CGC unboxing for you today. Now, this order here is a modern pre-screen 9.8 submission. We've got 25 books in here. I don't know how many made it through. I resisted the urge to look online to see how I did. All I know is that when my wife called me while I was at work, she said it's one of the heaviest boxes that she's ever received from FedEx. So pretty excited about that, because as you know, is a 9.8, if you do a pre-screen of any grade, if it doesn't meet that grade that you want, then they won't grade it, they'll put it back raw. So I'm hoping that heavy means very few books didn't get graded. This order, as I was saying, I mailed out on the 20th of December. It was in their system on January 5th. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself now. Today, actually this morning, it's already April the 8th right now. It came in on April the 7th. So again, we're talking in that 3-month kind of window right now, 3 to 4 months, and that's actually pretty good for CGC. I mean, I still have some orders that unfortunately I'm having them work on, clean and pressed, work on them and everything. I've got multiple orders that are kind of in limbo being worked on right now that were sent off probably a year ago at this point. So anyway, I want to get into this box. I've got my trusty pair of scissors because the knife went missing. I don't know where that went. It's somewhere in the house. But let's set this down. I'm going to get into the box now. Let's see what we got. As I said, I didn't look at the order ahead of time. I don't know how well I did. Sometimes I'm good about that. Sometimes I keep going back and checking shipping, and I accidentally, kind of on purpose maybe, look at the order when I shouldn't and end up not finding out something. And I remember the last pre-screen, one of the last pre-screens I did, I ended up looking at the order, and then I finally just said, oh, screw it, and I looked at the whole thing. So I knew exactly what I was getting. So I'm looking right here. Let's see how we did. Well, I tell you something. I'm looking at the box right here. I don't see a raw box. I think I finally did it after a year of submissions to CGC. I think I finally got a pre-screen to go through all 25 books. I don't see it here. All right, so let's just get into the books. There's no hiding this. These are all 9.8s, and I'll talk a little bit about the books as we go along here. All right, so first up we have is Something's Killing the Children, number 8. I picked this up from a dealer in one of the local comic book shows here in Maryland. He had a lot of, over the last year, he's had a lot of the Something's Killing Children books. Picked this one up. I won't be able to quote you prices right now because I don't have it right in front of me, but I don't think I paid too much for this. But anyway, number 8, got a 9.8 on that. That's the regular cover as well. Alright, now this one I picked up from the same dealer, and I remember paying for this, and at that point I was willing to pay a little bit more money as long as I could take a look at the book and see how good it looked, because I felt like it was a 9.8 at that point. Now, just to give you a heads up, on every one of these books, I did clean and press every one of these books. They didn't need a lot of work, but I did go in there and give them a little bit of a quick press and worked on the spines maybe a little bit just to ensure that there wasn't going to be any problems. Nothing that I had to work out, I don't think. We'll go through the books, but I know this book was super clean when I bought it. I am super excited. This is Something's Killing Children, number 2. This is the Black Cape Comics edition. And that one's got some value on it, especially at a 9.8. This is one of those books that I didn't mind putting some money into, knowing that the value with the 9.8 is going to be really good. So I'm looking for a really good return on investment on this one right here. This is one of those books that I like to get. I can say that I had it for a while. I can sell this and help pay for this order. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. That is awesome. It's just a beautiful cover here. Probably should have saved that one for last. All right. Oh, now this one's nice. Not sure. It's one of the local shows I picked this up on. This is Spawn 311. This is the homage, well, not homage, but it's the tribute cover to Chadwick Boseman, and just a beautiful cover. I don't know if there was a lot of value on this, but I saw it, I got it. I tell you what, I do know where I got this. I got this off of Whatnot back in December. So that was one of those books that I probably had to work on just a little bit more. I find that a lot of books on Whatnot, you can't really inspect them that well, so you're taking a chance, and it ended up the book was in really good shape, so it wasn't horrible or anything. Alright, now here is a favorite book of mine. This is actually one of the books that kind of got me into wanting to buy some of these exclusive variants from different stores, and this is from my local store. I have several different LCSs that I claim as my own, and this is a store I've been going to for probably 20 plus years. Actually, I know it's more than 20 years. It probably is closer to 30 years here in Maryland. It's up in Reisterstown, Maryland. It's called Cards, Comics, and Collectibles. They are the hosts of the Baltimore Comic Con, if you didn't know, and they did the exclusive cover to Berserker #1. It's the J.G. Jones cover here, and it's one of my favorite covers from issue 1, and just absolutely gorgeous. I've gotten this book. Every time I go up there, I'd always, over the last year, I kept picking up extra copies of this, and I keep sending them in, and they all look great. I wish they'd come back as something better than a 9.8, but yeah, this is really good. Just we're hoping that some news kind of develops on this right here, past what we already know, that will hopefully drive the market back up for Berserker. Berserker kind of has gone cold a little bit in the news and the hot spec and everything, and I'm sure I've got a few more Berserker books in here. Let's see what we got. Alright, so I obviously have picked up multiple copies. Now I don't know how many I have in here now, but there's another one. Okay, I'll just fast forward. So there's 2 more here, so I've got 4 of these books right here. So these, I've already got one in my collection. These are all going to be for sale. If anybody's interested in this, just reach out at collectorauctions@yahoo.com. I always keep the email right up here in the upper left-hand corner. So, or check out my eBay store. I always have stuff in there too. All the links are in the description on the video. But yeah, I got 4 copies. All 4 of the copies I sent in for that came back really good. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I got into this a little bit late, and I'm doing it mostly for the PC. You've seen my other videos where I've been picking up some of the timeless variants from Alex Ross on Marvel, and I picked up the Scarlet Witch earlier in the year, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to display these as matching pairs. So who goes with the Scarlet Witch better than the Vision? So I went ahead and got the Vision done as well. So that's really cool. I'm not planning on getting every one of those covers done. I wasn't a fan of some of them, but most of them are pretty good. Alright, now this is a book that I kept picking up back during the fall when it came out at the Walmarts, and every time I'd go back to, I'd be traveling down to West Virginia to my, I have a house down there that I go down there and I check out and I take care of, and I stop at the Walmarts along the way. And this was one of the books that was in the Marvel 3-packs. This is Moon Knight #3. Their first, first appearance of, was it Hunter Moon? Is that right? But this is the variant cover. It's just like the regular cover A, except it's got the red coloring down here. So luckily they put this on the front of all the Marvel 3-packs, so you knew what you were getting. The question was always going to be, especially in the top comics on those 3-packs, you would always pick up a lot of spine ticks. And I've got lucky. I'll just go ahead and pull it out now. I've got 2 copies of that Walmart. Not sure what the value is now. I know that was me specking a little bit, hearing how hot the book was and everything, and I went ahead and sent it in. I don't know if it's gone up, gone down. Again, we'll check on all of these. Alright, now here is a book I picked up from my other local comic book shop. That would be Third Eye Comics down in Annapolis, Maryland. And I remember I picked these up, I want to say for Free Comic Book Day, they had some giveaways if you were like the first 15 in line. It was something like that. But in the goodie bag, they had copies of House of Slaughter #1. This is the Mirka and Dolfo cover. This is, they did, I'm looking at the back here, Third Eye Comics, M&M Comics, and Graham Cracker Comic Books all have this as together as their exclusive cover. And I picked up in that book, in that bag that they had with all the freebies, they had a trade dress version and a virgin version. This is one of those ones where I just went ahead and sent it in. I don't know, it seems like House of Slaughter hasn't been quite the hit that everybody was hoping for, but that was a really nice cover. It's kind of nice to have. Alright, so here we're going back to Berserker. This is Boom Studios from February of last year. This right here is the Grandpa Virgin Sketch Edition. I think it's a 1 in 100 ratio. And I remember picking this up on my travels as well, down over in Frederick. I picked this up at Beyond Comics in Frederick. You know, I probably should put links to all these places that I go to. If anybody's traveling and wants to stop at any of them, I recommend all three of them, really for different reasons. They all seem to be doing a little bit different things, but they're all really nice stores. And but I remember at this store they had a box of ratio books that they had on the counter, and I remember picking this up. Picked up a bunch of the Berserker books like this. This might be my second copy of this particular one. It's one of those ones I'm probably going to have to hold on to, like I was saying, until Berserker news comes out again. All right, so we got another timeless cover. This was Spider-Woman #5. Another beautiful Alex Ross cover there. Absolutely gorgeous. And I didn't do this for resale, really. I did that for really for the PC. Hoping a lot of this order, some of them are for the PC, and some of them were just for fun. And then there was a few in here that I wanted to do to help pay for the order. Now, here's one. Oh, what is that? Oh, I was afraid there was something on the inside there, but it's just a piece of styrofoam stuck to the front. This is Nice House on the Lake #1. This is the Third Eye Comics exclusive cover. Now it looks just like the regular cover, except the trade dress. And then on this, the trade dress is very much like a late 70s horror novel, like a Stephen King book or something. And yeah, that was really nice. And then on the back, you can see they have got Third Eye Comics logo on the back. I'm sorry about the light. But it's nice. This is probably the third or fourth one of these I've picked up. And that's definitely for sale. I've got one in my collection now. Alright, so here is yet another timeless cover. This is Thor. This is Thor #8. That's gorgeous. I've already got Captain America. I don't know if I've done the Iron Man yet. That would be a nice trio, the big three from Marvel, be able to put those together. Alright, continue with that theme, was my favorite character at Marvel. Growing up, the Thing was always my favorite character. And I don't know why exactly, I just think I liked his attitude, I liked his strength. I like the way he was drawn, especially in the early 70s, by Jim Starlin especially, by John Buscema with Joe Sinnott inks in those issues. I want to say, when I started reading Fantastic Four when I was a kid, issues 134, 135, in that range. And I just loved the way the Thing was drawn. So that's really nice. I don't know if I've done the rest of the Fantastic Four yet, but the Thing was, I know I did that one first. Alright, this was a cover I really liked, and I know it had gotten expensive to pick up this Virgin cover, but this is Strange Academy 12. This is the Miguel Mercado cover with Magic and the Scarlet Witch. And it was one of those, I was debating on whether I was going to spend some money, buy it online, and I want to say I ran across this at one of the local shows for maybe $10, and yeah, it was more of a want. This is definitely a want. If there's some value on it down the road, I won't mind selling it, but I actually really like this. It's really, really nice to see. I love these combinations of Scarlet Witch and Magic together. Alright, so now we've got a copy of Department of Truth #1. This is variant cover B. And I don't know if this was a straight up buy at one of the comic shows, or if this was one I had bought earlier that at another show, or much earlier, that was rejected. I'm not sure that, and rejected, but then I worked on it and made sure it was better. But regardless, we've got a 9.8 on Department of Truth cover B there. This is Jenny Frison, isn't it? Yes, it is. Alright, continuing on, I got a few more books here. So on Free Comic Book Day, I picked up a lot of copies of all the books that they could do, but of course, one of the ones that I was really interested in was Enter the House of Slaughter, and I'm realizing now that I'm kind of talking out of the other side of my mouth here, because this was for local comic book shop day. I was going to say it was for Free Comic Book Day, but it's local comic book shop day. But I picked up House of Slaughter #1. I've got 2 copies of that right there. And this was me just doing a complete spec on the book. This is technically a second printing with the J. Lee cover. And yeah, I thought that was really nice, and I figured, okay, I'll throw a couple copies in. We'll see if the value goes up. If not, I may just hold on to them for a little while. There's no sense just giving them away. Alright, so continuing with that theme is another House of Slaughter #1. Now this is the nice House on Lake homage cover. I picked this up again at Beyond Comics out in Frederick, Maryland. And I thought that was really neat. Again, I saw it. I wanted it. I wanted to get this. I love this. It's a homage to the cover 1 of Nice House on the Lake. So, of course, that's James Tenney on, both of his books. Alright, now here's a book that I don't know if it's going to take off or not, but it's from the artist that worked on Something's Killing the Children. And it was put up the virgin covers of He Who Fights with Monsters. Now this is from Blaze Comics. That's a J. Lee cover on that one. And I thought these were really neat, and me just specking on it, sorry about the glare there, and picking up these virgins, which were a little bit more expensive. But I thought that was really nice. I'll hold on to that. If anything ever happens, that it'll be in the collection and it'll be available. Alright, so last book here, and this is one that I don't think this is the book that I got rejected, but I know I had a copy of this that was rejected, and I hate having those rejections, and it was a square-bound book, and I don't think I could have fixed anything too much on that. But so I ended up buying a copy of this book. It wasn't too expensive, but it is Batman #100, and I kind of love this artwork. I love the wraparound on that. I thought that was really spectacular. No spec on this whatsoever, but I just love the artwork, and this is one for me. This is one me just to throw it in a collection and enjoy it. But anyway, guys, that's it. I mean, wow, look at that. 25 books out of 25. Got a perfect 100 score on this one. There are some spec books in here. There are some nice expensive books in here, and there's definitely some books in here that I can hold on to and wait for the market to come up on them. Don't need to move some of these that quickly at all. So kind of a mixed bag. Mixed bag in terms of speculation value, I should say. But wow, I can't believe it. It's the first time that I've gotten 100. You know, every book in this order, you know, came out the way I wanted it to. I think the closest I ever came was I had a 50 book order, and that was a 9.8 50 book submission that I got 48 out of 50. So that was pretty spectacular. But this one right here was perfect. Can't ask for anything more. Cases, I'd have to look a little closer, but everything looked really nice as I was pulling them out. And yeah. So anyway, that's it, guys. That is the quick video. Quick enough, I guess. Before I go, though, I want to thank everybody who has been watching the channel. I want to thank everybody who's been subscribing to the channel. The channel over the last month has really grown. I want to thank everybody who's subscribed to the channel. Share with your friends. You know, I'm not putting on a big show here or anything, but I do like talking about the books I'm getting and why I'm getting them. Maybe a little bit of stuff, the way I'm doing things, maybe it helps you somehow. But I love talking with you guys. I've been spending the last few days going through all the comments and responding, and thanks, I appreciate it. It means a lot. So guys, I will see you for the next video, which may be in a couple more days, because I'm going to have back-to-back CGC unboxings coming up. I've got another one that's literally scheduled to come in 2 days, and that one's going to be just a regular straight up 25 book order. It's no pre-screen. It's got older books in there, mostly from the copper age up until maybe some in the 90s too. Yeah, it's crazy. It's gonna be another one of those orders, sort of like the one that I got hammered on here a few weeks ago. So gonna be interesting, but I'm supposed to get that in on Saturday, so I'll probably send that video out probably early next week. You'll see that then. So stay tuned. Thank you guys, and I'm out of here. I will see you in the next video. Take care.